Oh, good evening, good evening, good evening. Hola, mi familia. Todos. How are we all? How are you guys? We're all
surviving.
We're all stressed.
Not good. Can't lie. Not good. We're just surviving. That's what we got to do now. Until the international break, till I can book my holiday somewhere. I'm there. Just one more game.
Room at my house, bro. You're more than welcome to come here.
You never know. I might be at your doorstep saying, "No, Lee, let me in."
As long as it ain't a top gooner knocking on my door, bro, I'm sweet.
I'm gonna bring them all with me. You're gonna be like, Havertz is the best midfielder ever.
Oh,
But
man.
big up, man. Thanks for having me on, bro. Hope you're well,
Always,
guys. Big
bro.
up to you as well, man.
We direct to Saeed's premiere as well after this, people. So make sure you check that out. Links in the title for the show, but I redirect you to his anyway. Northside, bro. I was just literally sat here learning more Portuguese. Yeah, you had the slipper out. You were saying I want to smash it off his head. Like, bro, you crack me up. I can't lie, man. When you start jumping out the chair and you're like this, man, it's like I feel your pain. Man. Like we're smiling, we're all smiling, but we're smiling through gritted teeth, innit? Do you know what I'm saying? It's not good at all for either club. And more Arsenal fans this season, after they've given it, we've bridged the gap. Man City have got weaker. Man City have lost 2 in a row. We're going to beat them. Blah, blah, blah. A lot more top gooners are starting to say what we were saying, isn't it, bro?
Bro, it's funny. I saw on AFTV, somebody did an interview and said, don't panic. Don't panic. We ain't lost the Champions League final. Feel that puta. We ain't getting to the final. Do you know what I mean? She needs to come over to this side because Copium Mechanism 1, Copium Mechanism 2, bro. That's how we're rolling. Copium.
Yeah, come on, man. I'm on the Heineken today. I'm going to go and have a nice little bit of lunch after this. Maybe a bit of fried fish. Obviously, Saeed's on the juice, the water.
Yeah.
And then Arsenal, it's like the Walking Dead, bro. You know what I mean? It's when them zombies are going to get to you because we're getting kicked out of this competition, both clubs. You know what I mean? So we'll see, man.
Sevilla.
Hey, bro, listen, I've seen a lot of people saying that's going to be like when I'll admit when that group was drawn, I tweeted it out, and before any smart aleck out there could quote tweet my tweet, I quoted it myself, right? Because I put what an easy group that is. That should be 6 out of 6 wins, no sweat, cheers with a little beer emoji, and I quoted it and put what was I thinking, dickhead, with a gif of Mikel Arteta laughing.
Yo, listen, Sevilla played well against Barcelona. If it weren't for that own goal, they were in that game. So they're a good team, Sevilla. I know they've had struggles this season, but Sergio Ramos is back in there now. They're starting to find their feet. So I don't know, man. It's going to be difficult. Heritage as well. So
yeah, man.
When it's Champions League,
that team are different in Europe. Yeah, they've actually won about 5 times more in Europe than we have in our history.
Wow, that's crazy.
I think they've won about 7. I think they've won 7 Europa Leagues, which is insane. It is insane. Big up, Flawless as well, man.
Big up, man.
I know it's something to come through after your team getting dusted again. That's like lateness and greatness. I did the show. I'm playing. How are you, bro?
I'm blessed. Every week we get dusted. Ain't nothing new. You know what I'm saying? And now this is a regular settings. You know what I'm saying? We lose all the time.
That's 6 losses out of 10 for you.
Yeah, 6 out of 10. So yeah, this ain't nothing new. You know what I'm saying in regards to us. But big up to you, Lee. Large up Northside, Saeed.
All links are in the title, people. There's nearly 600 in there inside already. So make sure you're firing the likes. Yeah, smashing a subscription on all of their channels. If you haven't already. 108 on the likes is crazy. I can't lie. You lot are moving like Kai Havertz in midfield. And while we're waiting for the viewership to go up, we'll save the banter for a little while, yeah. But let's get on to it. Ours is banter, but theirs is pure banter, Northside, yeah. So we're waiting for the viewer figures so we get maximum traction on their roasting. We've only lost 1 game this season, man, and that was to Lons. And we started so well. We got the goal. We were popping it around. It was like watching Arsenal last season. And then we get the goal, and we go, job done, innit? Let's get the cigars out. We'll sit back. This lot ain't got nothing. And then I watched one of the worst and most embarrassing performances I have seen under this manager. And let me tell you now, yeah, I'm going to find this right now. Let me tell you some of the embarrassments we've had in Europe under this manager, because this is peak when you deep it, right? It is actually peak. The embarrassments we have had under this manager in Europe, right? And he's not been in Europe well, he ain't got us very far in Europe. Olympiacos, 2-1 loss at home, got knocked out, second leg. The following season, Olympiacos 1-0 loss at home. Villarreal 0-0 at home second leg after losing 2-1 in the first leg. Out at the end. PSV 2-0 loss away. Sporting Lisbon 6-4 on penalties at home and out after drawing 2-2 away and resting most of the team for the second leg. And now Lens 2-1 loss away. But don't worry, we're getting to the semis or the final according to most of this fan base. Northside, bro. The goalkeeper, what was he doing? Everyone's had this goalkeeper up like the greatest thing since sliced bread. What was he doing with that pass to Tomiyasu? Then you've got Saliba and Gabriel looking like Bozo Gene 100. You've got Tomiyasu. I'm going to lay off him. Yeah, I thought he played all right. Yeah, I thought out of a bad bunch, he was the best. Yeah, Zinchenko getting absolutely cooked up on that left side for their second goal. Crap all game. Declan Rice, worst game for Arsenal. And the audacity of him to come out in the press conference or the interview afterwards and say, well, it's a good thing that we've lost. Mate, you ain't at West Ham anymore. Yeah, it's a good thing.
What he said?
I'll tell you exactly what he said. I am seething. I am shaking right now, days later, thinking about it, mate. Right?
Different mentality, Arsenal, man. Different mentality now. No West Ham.
Yeah, while I find this exact quote, I am Arsenal. I'll tell you right now. I said, let me see if these idiots have posted out after this game. So I shared my Twitter account while I was still live on the watch along. I said, if they have dared to tweet heads up onto the next, I am blocking them. Second tweet down, heads up onto the next. Like it's nothing. Like it's nothing. Like it's nothing. I blocked him. I'm not even lying. I blocked him. But Declan Rice, where is it? Declan Rice, where are you, mate? Let me find this embarrassment. Yeah. Here we go. Here we go. Declan Rice after the game. It's good for us. We lost, but we can learn a lot from tonight. We go again. 10 games into the new season, another 50 to go. We are just warming up and getting into our rhythm. Full focus goes back on the league, and it's a massive game on Sunday. So basically, he's saying we've got 50 games to go. Mate, you better fix up, otherwise we've got about 28 games to go. Yeah, otherwise we're out of all cups real quick. What do you mean 50 games? Like, don't worry. It's great that we've lost. It's good for us. And we go again. Where is the accountability, Northside? Because this bunch of idiots here, right, seem to think that this is just a jolly up with their mates and it don't really matter, innit? Because they're paid regardless.
Bro, it's a joke. I saw before the game a lot of top red saying that we need to save energy. What is this? Is this the all for nothing again under Arteta? Energy light saving light bulbs. What's going on here? Why are we saving energy? We are bums in Europe. West Ham have got more heritage in Europe. We are the Tottenham of Europe. We should be going full force. We've got loads of days to rotate. That was a joke, bro. Absolute joke. That midfield for Yuma Bukaria. Havertz doing nothing. Odegaard doing nothing. What were they doing? We didn't create anything. And you know what hurt the most, yeah? Before they actually scored their goal, there was a chance. Odegaard was on the break. Saka was in the middle. And all he had to do is give him a basic pass into the box and Saka would have been through and we would have scored. That was before the Saka injury and that was before the first Lens goal. But no, Odegaard can't even make a simple pass, bro. Simple pass. We've had midfielders before like Santi Cazorla, even Xhaka, that could receive the ball from deep and drive at teams. Havertz can't even do that. He can't even tackle. Yeah, all this XG. He didn't win anything. I didn't see him winning any headers. Absolutely pathetic. Pathetic performance all round. Saliba, I love him. But what were you doing, bro, for that goal? What were you doing? Trossard, shocking. Absolutely shocking. Couldn't even control the ball. Yeah, and for me, bringing on Fabio Vieira warrants more to be on the team in the starting lineup than Havertz. It just doesn't make any sense. What has Havertz done to be starting over Fabio Vieira? It is a shocking. And not only that, counter-attacking football is still our kryptonite. Once again, both goals, counter-attacking football. We have no answers. It's just like-for-like substitutions. No changing on the way that we play. No changing on the personnel. No changing in our tactics or formation. No. Just keep doing what you're doing. No accountability. I'm sick and tired of it, bro. Absolutely sick and tired of it. That was atrocious. That performance there, bro, it was embarrassing. Yeah, and actually, for the first time, I actually agree with Ty and AFTV. Who alarms? We should not be losing to them. I agreed with that point with Ty. For once, I actually agreed with something that ET said. You know what I'm saying? I'm done with these foolish stuff. I was fuming, bro. What kind of performance was that? No one tracking back, helping Declan Rice. Nobody defending properly. No one driving forward. Where was the intensity? Oh, but we're saving it for Man City. Cool. We'll see. We'll
Let
see.
me read this comment now, because this is what we get every year, isn't it, Northside? Yeah, and ultimately they all disappear all summer.
Did you see on IG, they put that Junior guy? They put a picture of Junior and an interview. I couldn't give a crap about the youth right now, bro. The starting lineup and the bench is atrocious. Why is Manchester? I like the kids. You know, let's put Junior. I love the kids. Is this MJ? Is this Neverland?
Neverland ball, brother. Neverland ball. Yeah, we're Neverland.
Emirates, bro. What is going on? I don't care about the youth, bro. Look at our strike force. It's an absolute joke. We are relying on Fabi Vieira, Nketiah, and Reece Nelson to save us against Lons. When have these guys been?
Yeah, that's wild. That's wild. Crazy. Man said Nketiah and Nelson and
Champions League now, man. It's not Europa League anymore.
Our squad's great according to this. Let me grab this comment real quick, because I'm going to bury this idiot real quick. I'm going to bury it. Yeah? Lost one game and these leeches cry about it. What a surprise. Northside fake fan copying Lee to make money on YouTube. Right, let me tell you something right now, mate. Yeah, if it's that easy to make money on YouTube, why don't you set up a ultra positive unicorn channel, right, and start telling everyone how great Arsenal are? Yeah, and then ultimately you'll only work 9 months out of the year, because 3 months of that you'll disappear when they ultimately win nothing yet again. Yeah, and this is the difference between elite mentality and absolute born losers like you, my friend, which is why my football club is absolutely buried beyond belief. Yeah, these behind me. I watched that whole Beckham documentary over last night and today. Yeah, elite mentality. Elite. I'm not going to ruin it, but elite mentality, mate. Good. Yeah? My man got absolutely every single person in the country on his case, sending him death threats and all sorts. Yeah, and guess what? The following season, after that World Cup, he went and won a treble, mate. Yeah, won a treble. Yeah, that was when football was good. And since then, you losers have infested football clubs and lowered the standards so low that these players can come out and say, well, the loss is good. Yeah, and the team and the club can tweet out, heads up onto the next. What do you mean heads up onto the next? Yeah, go and watch Real Madrid when they lose a game. Go and read their Twitter comments, mate. Go and watch their YouTube channels. Yeah, because I'll tell you something now,
watch PSG. Did you watch PSG last night?
Bro, they're probably camped outside the training ground waiting for that lot to turn up, mate. I'm telling you right now.
What phase are Newcastle on? What phase are they on? Because they're able to beat PSG and we can't beat Lons. We're 4 or 5 years into this project process. What? Because they spend money, but they ain't spent money like us. They ain't smashed £100 million record to sign one player in Declan Rice. What phase are they in? But they're able to have the standards of going and beating PSG comfortably. The reason I got annoyed with that Junior thing, because it's reminding this fan base, it's Project Youth. Don't cuss Arteta for Lons. Remember, it's kids. It's a process.
And that's what they did with the heads up onto the next. They used Kai Havertz in the graphic. Yeah, which if you're half smart, you don't have to be super intelligent. I'm not. I'm nowhere near it. Yeah, but I have actually got a brain, and it does work, and I know how to do subconscious control. Yeah, I know how that works. Yeah, I know how to do that. How to read coercion. Yeah. Oh, we've lost, but heads up onto the next. It's a picture of Kai Havertz. Oh, subconscious control of you have to back him. He's trying. Yeah. And all these idiots. Yeah. They are fucking idiots. Yeah. They're idiots, mate. Yeah. They all fall into it. Yeah. They all fall into it. And now if we go and beat Man City, we're going to win.
Yeah. It's the greatest thing. Yeah. Definitely.
And I'll tell you something now. Do you know what I'd be? Super. It'd be funny, but it wouldn't be funny because I want my team to win the league. We beat City twice and do the double, and then still don't do the league.
The deadlock. That
could still happen, though.
That could definitely still happen. And another thing in regards to this is why people always watching pockets. The reason why Lee and Northside and our Saeed in the mix as well make money as content creators because they're fantastic content creators. Because there's many content creators who don't make money. You know what I'm saying, who come and go. You know what I'm saying?
My second channel, I'm sitting there doing Al Tawoon against Al Athley watch-alongs, bro. Yeah, I'm doing Al Nasir versus Al Athley. Yeah, why are people tuning in for that? I don't mention Arsenal on that channel. It's nearly on 21k subs. Yeah, and I'm barely working on it. Yeah, I've not uploaded all week on that channel. The last time I did a show on that channel, can't even remember, last week. Yeah, and that was after 10 days of not doing anything. Yeah, and that channel's probably earning more than most of these channels that are all sitting here waffling. Yeah, if it's that easy to earn money on YouTube, why don't you go and set up a channel?
Everybody would do it. Everybody. That's why I don't.
I've been doing this 5 years next month. 5 years, and that's on this channel. That's without the Gunner Bang channel before that. So 6 years. Yeah, to make a career and a living out of it for 6 years, bro. It's not just about cussing your team. And if you go and check out my highest viewed videos, I think you'll find the cup finals up there. There's cup semi-finals up there. Sevilla 6-0 against Sevilla. Yeah, I guarantee it won't be 6-0 this year. Yeah,
you know more about you. Why can't I explain to us how the bench has been fixed, but the bench can't get us a result against Lons? But the bench has been fixed.
Bro, they waffle more about me than they do about the team.
Because they can't poke holes in the footballing argument, so they're going to attack you. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Like if they that tells you already. If they genuinely could disagree with what you man was saying, then they would just poke holes in the footballing argument.
Yeah. But they do this every year for us. Every single year.
Nonsense.
Just be happy. We're top of the league. Yeah. Just be happy. Enjoy it. We're unbeaten for 10 games. Just be happy.
That's what it is, man.
Just be happy. Why do you care if I'm happy? Why do you care if I'm happy? If you're happy, shut the fuck up. How about that?
Yeah. But you know what it's groupies, though. They're called groupies, man. You know what I mean? They are your secret fans league. You know, they claim they don't want to watch.
Oh, he's got notifications on. He's commenting the same on Twitter. The first people to comment on my Twitter posts, are idiots with either Saka doing this or throwing the dart, or King Kai, or King Eddie and Nketiah accounts. These people are then calling me tapped. Bro, you've got a footballer as your profile picture. Show me your spotty face.
Bro, I'm not even lying to you. There was a guy yesterday he goes, because I called out Bruno Fernandes yesterday. He said to me, you don't deserve to celebrate when he becomes good. I said, listen, hold on a minute. We don't even know if you're a United fan, mate. He's got a Bruno Avi. I said, listen, nobody knows if you're a United fan. You know what I mean? I don't know who you are. And you're telling me, you can't celebrate when Bruno Fernandes scored. No, it's about criticizing. And I feel like now, these accounts, what they're just there to do is just basically put out loads of positivity. And then after that, they'll get more likes and more shares and more whatever followers. I don't do that. I don't care if I've got whatever I've got. Right? I could be on easy 100K by now. But you know what? I'm just myself. And I feel like for me, Elite and Flawless and Northside, you got to be yourself. You got to keep it real. I'm not going to be positive for the sake of it. So at the end of the day,
and this is the thing, the guys come back and say we've got the same amount of losses as Man City this season, you mugs. Well, that just shows how thick you are and how you don't know anything about football. Yeah, Man City have lost more games than us this season, you dumb twat. Yeah, they've lost twice, we've lost once, and you claim to be an Arsenal fan. Get out of my chat, man. Yeah, somebody block this idiot. I don't want his nonsense in my chat. Go watch AFTV, man. Yeah, anyway. Talk to me about this game. Let's get Man United perspective.
He's a fan. He's 100% a supporter in that. Like you said there, regards to Bruno Fernandes, that comes back to what I'm saying. Bruno Fernandes ain't playing well. So rather than criticize him or criticize you, Saeed, for criticizing him, Bruno Fernandes, just play well. You know what I'm saying? Like I say, people always want to be the defense league for these players. Perform better.
That's what the problem.
You perform better. We should.
Sums up perfectly how dead football is now. Yeah, and that's what I took out of it. I'm not going to say and ruin it for you guys that haven't watched it. I know hasn't watched it. It's on Netflix. Yeah, so it's free as well, by the way. Can't wait for that tonight. Right, but anyway, the mentality back then, the journalism back then, the mentality of the players, the managers. There was no gimmicks. There was no social media gimmicks. There was no riding for a player over the football club. Yeah, and the way it's evolved over the last 2 decades or so. Yeah, these clubs are a disgrace, especially our two clubs. Yeah? When you listen to Fergie in that documentary, oh my days, bro. If Fergie was managing now, he gets sacked real quick, so the players will be crying. Yeah, and when you listen to Roy Keane, after the World Cup where Beckham got sent off, and all the players were trying to kick Beckham and all of that. Yeah, and they were all targeting Beckham, and they were getting big cheers every time they kicked him. And that I remember all of this. You guys remember all of this? Yeah, we're at that age, innit? Right. And the funny thing is, Roy Keane was like sitting there on this thing, and he goes, yeah, they want to kick Beckham. He goes, well, let me tell you now, we had a team full of people who punched him up. And then the next thing, it shows a graphic of him grabbing hold of a Tottenham player by the scruff of the neck.
I'm a protector.
Oh, you're so toxic. Like, get in the bin. But listen, you lads, man, you Man United boys, man, talk to me about Arsenal. Talk to us about Arsenal. What did you make of our performance, lads? Yeah, because we will go in and in. But let's get your perspective as a United fan.
Go on, Saeed.
No, I just think for me, I was loving it because I was in the stadium and I was like, what's the Arsenal score? And they said they lost, and I was like, yo, okay. It's at least made me feel a little bit better. But I feel like for me, players have been playing and running to the ground. Saka again, he's injured. I feel like for me, when you go in this Champions League, you can't be having these Eddie Nketiahs and whatnot. Like, you have to level up, and that's what I said with Arsenal. I felt like for me, they didn't build a squad to win. I felt like they patched up a little few areas with Timber, but to get to the next level, they didn't do that. And in the Champions League, it's a humbler, man. You know what I mean? Like teams will come here. You're thinking you got a God-given right to win any game. Lons are playing bad this season. You know where Lons are in their league? I think they're about what 11,
15th.
10. Where are they?
15th.
15th. There you
Yeah.
go. They've had a bad start to the season.
They're
They were
basically the
second
French
last season,
Chelsea fam. But go on, carry on.
Well, there you go, exactly. And I feel like for me, it's like this Champions League, you can't just be like, you know what, we're gonna win it and just have this kind of confidence, this arrogance. I feel like Arteta has that, the players had that, and ultimately you man got punished, didn't it? So and you know what it is as well. I can't believe it, yeah. But apparently there was a video of Saka telling the manager that he was apparently injured, and he didn't take him off. And then later on, what happens after that? He gets injured and he has to go off. I think for me, you're running him to the ground. I think there's certain personnel in the team that are undroppable. And ultimately, Arteta, for me, is naive. And I feel like he's going to be stubborn. So you either have rotation and you actually play players on merit, or, you know what I mean, you be stubborn and you do this. So I just think Arsenal, man, they got to be careful because they've got Sevilla next twice. You never know what can happen with that one. You really, really never know what can happen with that one. So, boy, man, I'm loving it personally because I'm like, I've got someone else in the mud in the Champions League. But ultimately, Arteta, for me, is so stubborn, man.
If we lose to Sevilla and PSV lose to Lens, we're third in the group, 2 points behind Sevilla, and then play them again. And PSV then play Lens again. Yeah. Yep. We could be absolutely dusted and in Europa League by the second Sevilla game. And if we are, he should be sacked on the spot. Just leave him. Well, the second leg's at the Emirates, or the second game against Sevilla is at the Emirates. Yeah, just leave him and just kick him out the stadium and make him walk home. Well, what do you make of it, Flawless? What do you make? I'm going to go
in regards to it. Yeah,
I'm
do your thing. Obviously, but I didn't manage to watch your game because it was the same time as ours. But like Arsenal shouldn't be losing to Lens. Even worst case scenario, you get a draw. You lot went 1-0 up, right? Offside. You went 1-0 up in the game.
1-0 up, yeah.
Yeah. You went 1-0 up and then losing 2-1. That just should not be happening. You have enough, despite the deficiencies in Arsenal squad, despite not doing the proper business in the summer, you should be beating Lens. And it is a bad defeat. I still think Arsenal get out of the group. You know what I'm saying? I still think you get out of the group. Even if worst case scenario, you do lose to Sevilla, obviously that does put pressure on the game at home. But you have them at home, then you got PSV away, then you got Lens at home as well. Obviously, it's on Arteta to pick the correct squad to get results. But you should do the business. You know what I'm saying? Like I would still expect I'd still be very shocked if you go out. What, you not confident of going through this group?
Bro, the delusion of this fan base, bro. Yeah. On TikTok, there's a fan called Dowd, an Arsenal fan, bro. And I clipped him up yesterday because I have to come with the receipts for these foolish stuff so that they can't go anywhere. Don't go anywhere. Do you know what this guy did? 15 minutes into the game, we scored. He made a TikTok saying, we're going to do the quadruple, bro. We're going to do the quadruple. By the end of the game, when we lost 2-1, man said the quadruple's off. Everyone got a 2 or 3 out of 10. This is the retarded fight, bro. These are the stupidos that we're going up against.
Bro, that guy that will literally sell family members for a viral TikTok, mate. Real talk. He don't believe anything he's saying. He's only doing it for effect.
But that's
why I pay him no attention at all. Yeah, and I was on a show with him, right, on Terry's channel. Yeah. And I'm not going to divulge what was said backstage to that guy because it weren't nasty. It was advice from me and Terry towards him. Yeah. And he didn't listen to any of it. And he's just gone off on the next level. Let him crack on. Let him crack on, bro. Yeah. If that's what gets him money and that's what gets him paid on TikTok, good luck to him because that has a very short time scale.
And that's it. Like, no, he don't genuinely believe. Man. Like that's why you gotta pay that no mind. Like the same way there's people on socials, like you know, the stereotypical social media fan is very reactionary. That's why I don't pay it no mind. You know what I'm saying? When I see certain things, I just keep scrolling. Like in regards to him saying, "Oh, Arsenal are gonna win the," he don't believe Arsenal are gonna win.
But that goes down to the comments, bro, because he's getting views. Do you know?
Yeah, he's getting views. But that's it.
That's why it's funny when people.
Yeah, that's it. No, he's getting views because that's what you're looking for when you say these things. Make outrageous claim whether you're extremely positive or whether you go the complete do the complete 181 and you're completely negative. You're going to gain if you're balanced. You know what I'm saying, and actually look at things in isolation. So you criticize in isolation, you praise in isolation. Then people ain't looking for that. People don't want balance, especially on social media. That's why
none of these people can do YouTube, bro. Yeah,
of course. Yeah, that don't last.
Because all these big accounts on TikTok, Twitter, etc., they can never convert their following over to a YouTube channel.
No.
Yeah, they've got 500,000 followers on Twitter. They set up a YouTube and end up with 3,000. They realize it's actually extremely hard work to make it work on here. They don't get any of their followers. I'm not going to name them, but there's a massive Chelsea
No, I
account.
know a couple. I know a couple.
Two massive Chelsea
Yeah, I know
accounts.
that one. I know that one. I know the same one. I know the same one.
500, 600,000 followers or whatever. Where oh, you stopped uploading. Of course you have, because it ain't easy. It ain't easy.
It ain't easy.
Where's the
They do the short form content because most of the people that follow them have got the attention span of an amoeba. Yeah, right. Whereas this show right now, I can tell you right now, we've been going 28 minutes. The average watch time on this is 12 minutes 53 already.
Yeah, because this is long form. It's easy to be short form and say shocking things for effect, like on a Twitter or on a TikTok. Obviously, a tweet's 140 characters or whatever it is. TikTok, that's 1-2 minutes. But like you said, we've been on here over like 28 minutes. Like this is long form. So not only do you have to say what you have to say, then you have to back up what you're saying. Then you have to add context to what you're saying. Then you have to be.
And then you got some idiots sitting there clipping it up. So when it all goes a different way, 5 years down the road, they can come back and take a tiny little segment of this and add it to 5 years down the road and say, yo, you're in the mud. You're a flip-flop.
Add context to it. The show's an hour and a half, whatever the case may be, and you want to take a 5-minute clip and put that out. Like, no, add all of the context in what was said. So that's what it is with people are on TikTok. But yeah, with the Arsenal, you shouldn't be losing to Lons. Like I said, Arteta's now just put himself under more pressure to get out of this group because it is an easy
teams that he has lost to. I read them earlier. The teams he's lost to in Europe: Villarreal, Olympiacos twice,
shocking.
PSV.
That's Conte record. That
Longs. Yeah, I mean these teams, bro. No disrespect to them. Yeah, no disrespect to Sporting Lisbon. They're a big club. So are Olympiacos. Yeah, Villarreal, between our two clubs, gifted them their first ever trophy with our ex-manager. Yeah, that is a disgrace. Yeah, we got knocked out in the semi and they done new on pens in the final. Both of our managers at that time should have been sacked.
Oh yeah, facts.
Yeah, they should have been sacked. And if we had any sort of mentality within our fan bases, and within our hierarchy, our football clubs, they should have been out the door. Because no big club that acts like a big club and wants to stay as a big club, would have allowed our manager to come and dunk on us, our former manager that we sacked, to come and dunk on us with that. With Villarreal, bro, I've got more subs than they have capacity in the city. Yeah,
that's a crazy.
Even London, I looked up that Lon squad. Yeah, I think that Lon squad and Transfermarkt is valued at 200 million euros, which equates to probably 190, 180 million pounds.
170, 160. Yeah,
that is the same amount that we spent on Kai Havertz and Declan Rice. How can they compete? How can they compete? Because
that's damning, you know.
Arsenal fans is always, because of money, we can't compete. Are we not at oil rich? When you compare the riches of the Premier League, the riches of Arsenal, the money spent with this manager, are we not an oil rich club in comparison to Lons? How are they able to outdo us? Does any of these top red finish that puta, that we're now still justifying this crap? Have you heard of this manager before this game? Is he one of Europe's best? Because Arteta, the best young manager in the world. He came up under Pep. How did he get? I saw on AFTV that James, the flipping Emirates Harry Potter, that came out on the Tactical Insight saying that, you know what? Arteta got outclassed. How did he get outclassed? Best young manager in football. Best youngsters in football. How did he get outclassed by Lons?
Do you know what the problem is, Northside, right? This club, right? It has no accountability. We've already established that, And like I said, when I read out that Declan Rice quote after the game, it's good for us that we've lost. It means that we have a learning curve. It's never good to lose, mate. This is not West Ham United. With all due respect to West Ham, I have no issue with West Ham. I actually like West Ham as a football club. Yeah. Not because Henry Wright's Tottenham and his father-in-law is West Ham and they're cool, but because I've never had a problem with West Ham. I've never got an issue with them. If they're in Europe, I want them to go and win it. Yeah, I was glad they won it. Right? But this is Arsenal Football Club. You don't walk into Arsenal, lose a game to Lons, and then say, well, it's good that we lost. You what?
That's
wild. You've spent years telling West Ham that you want to go and play in the Champions League to test yourself against the best. Well, Lons the best. Basically, that is the equivalent of losing to Malaga.
Yeah, it is a bad defeat. It's a bad one. It is a real bad one. You just hope, obviously, from an Arsenal fan perspective, that it is just a one-off, and obviously you bounce back in the double headers against Sevilla, and then obviously you got PSV and you got Lons. I still think you get out of the group.
What's the latest with Saka? What's the latest with Saka?
Apparently he's going to be having a late fitness test for the City game, so no doubt he'll be
starting. Wow. He's going to play. He's going to play.
Why are they rushing him?
We have signed one right winger out of 26 players this manager signed, and that is a guy called Marquinhos, who don't even play at the club anymore. He's on loan for the second season in a row. Yeah. So what's going on here? We have signed one striker, which ain't really a striker out of them 26 players, and that's Jesus. So this guy's not really signed a right winger, and he's not really signed a proper striker. I like Jesus. I think he's a top player, but he ain't a striker. Yeah, he's more of a second striker, like plays off of another guy. Yeah, floats around the wings and stuff like that, busying himself and that. So we've not signed an actual striker or a right winger since this manager's been at this club, and it's 4 years in December. He's been here 4 calendar years. Yeah, that is disgraceful. 650 MC. Yeah, and we're still going with Eddie Nketiah. We're still going with El Neni. We're still going, with Tommy Asu, and fair play, he played all right the other night. We're still going with Fabio Vieira. We played him right wing. Mate, the guy's not Bernardo. I know he's got the same passport, but he ain't Bernardo, bro. Yeah,
the Bernardo regen, man.
Bro, this manager's going to die on that Havertz hill. I said it when we signed him, and I'm sticking with it.
Yeah, it's an awful sign. Isn't like I said that when you lot did. I couldn't believe you lot signed him, and then on top of that was like, let's play in midfield. He's bad enough as an attacker, and then you're playing him in midfield. But I think the pennies dropped because Arteta's actually not been starting him, and I don't think he'll start against Manchester City. If he does,
that's the thing. Now, do we put Thomas Partey straight back in after a 3-month or 2-month layoff? Like, no, this is the problem. The man management of this geezer is in the gutter, mate. Yeah, he's proven that over 4 years. Like, top gooners are sitting online saying, "Oh, Zinchenko's a liability defensively." Hello, I've been telling you since he got here. But you man wanted Tirantini out of the football club. Oh, but he's always injured. Well, I proved the other night that he's less injured than Zinchenko, mate. Yeah, I proved that. I went through the total days missed in their careers, and they're both the same age. Right? Oh, but he plays less games than Zinchenko. Really? Well, how comes Tirantini's played 50 games more in his career then? Yeah, for club and country. Right, so we went through that one. Oh, but why are you only cherry picking since 2021-22 season? Okay, cool. Let's go through the whole career then. Yeah, total games missed, total days missed, total everything. All stacks up that Zinchenko has missed more days, and games, than Tirantini. But Tirantini's injury prone. Dickheads.
Anyway, didn't they say that about Partey as well? Apparently, I saw on AFTV, they were saying that they want a midfield of Rice, Partey, and Odegaard. Hold on. When we bought Rice last transfer window, they were saying, okay, let's get rid of Partey. He's too injury prone. But now he's part of our best midfield. How come you didn't see that in the transfer window when you want to get rid of him?
When we signed Rice,
lots of people he's now out as well.
They were doing the Partey, Casemiro, Rodri thing last season. As soon as we signed Rice, they get rid of Partey. Declan Rice is better. Why weren't you all saying Rice is better than Casemiro and Rodri last season then? These people are the sole reason, the sole biggest reason, right, why this football club will never be what it was. Yeah, Northside, you said it on your stream from the other day after the game. I was watching it before this. Yeah, and you said this is not the football club I started supporting. Yeah, that is the greatest thing. Yeah, because that is exactly how I feel. And people of a certain age that are watching this, and big up to Matty with the super chat as well, exactly the same. Matty's in his 40s. I'm in my 40s. We have seen this lot. Yeah. Jude Bellingham, can I just say as well? I'm going to shoehorn Jude Bellingham into this. I see his goal a minute ago before I came on here. Yeah, I was putting it out with the show, put it on Insta, and I clicked somebody's story and they had the goal. Right? That is a midfielder. That is a competent midfielder. That is a world-class ability midfielder that can kick on. Yeah. And I'm supposed to rate Kai Havertz and Martin Odegaard. Yeah. Jude Bellingham, sorry, mate. I weren't familiar with your game at Dortmund. I can't lie. Yeah. But I watch Madrid on a regular unless it clashes with Arsenal, and then I'll watch it back. Right. That guy is top quality in the making. There's a reason Odegaard plays for Arsenal. Yeah. Exactly. You bold in and take Big Zizou's number. Yeah, you take his shirt. Yeah, my man's now scored more goals for Real Madrid than Eden Hazard did.
Yeah, he did it 3 years. Than Eden Hazard did it
3 years.
This is my point. The mentality, of that football club. You ain't coming there, to have a holiday, mate, unless you're Eden Hazard, and then we'll kick you out anyway, right? But Eden Hazard was the last Galactico really that they brought, and he was shocking, bro. They ain't making that mistake ever again. And if you go through their squad, Fran Garcia, young. Bellingham, young. Chouameni, young. Yeah.
He's a good left back, that guy.
Camavinga, young. Yeah. Goulet, the Turkish boy they signed, young. Yeah. Rodrigo, Vinicius. I've not heard a single Real Madrid Twitter post, YouTube video, Real Madrid fan peddling out, oh, it's a youth project. Give it time. Just back them. Fucking idiots. Anyway, I'm getting angry, so let's talk about United so I can laugh.
No, let's talk about Arsenal, man. Arsenal, keep it Arsenal.
Can I just say, I did a show with Rants, yeah? Right, big up Matty for the donation as well, man. I'll come to yours in a minute, Zayateng, yeah? Right, but I did a show with Rants that day on the Tuesday, and I said, what are you saying, bro? I said, they got Icardi, they got Zaha, yeah, they got Davinson Sanchez. He's got more assists at Old Trafford this season than anyone, yeah? They've got basically a Ziyech, they got a reject Premier League setup. And I said, I don't think he'll lose, but I do think it's going to be hard work. And if he does lose, I think he'll get sacked real soon. But he should have been sacked already. Should have been sacked today. But what do you guys make of that, man? Because obviously you were more invested in that than you were laughing at us. So
serious. That's how disgusted I was at the performance that I'd even watch like the highlights of your game, like that, even though you lot lost. But yeah, go on, Saeed.
Was you at the game,
Saeed? Man. No, I was at the game. Yeah, I was at the game, man. It was. I don't know if you see the match reaction, but Nuruddin went off.
I see clips. I did see Nuruddin. Shout out Nuruddin.
Yo, man, he lost it, man. He lost it. Varane out, Casemiro out. He was like, yo, get them out, man. They came for the money, but bro, the tensions are high, man. I can't lie, man. It's getting serious out there, man. I think for me, Ten Hag will ultimately sack himself, man. You know what I mean? I think his stubbornness right now is too much. He's got too many favourites. He's left his principles out the door. Everything that I kind of wanted in him, now I'm not seeing it anymore. And you know what I mean? His days are probably going to be numbered, and it is a results-based business. You know what I mean? Let's not beat around the bush. Like, let's not make it out like, you know, managers have 3-4 years and it's wonderful. Guardiola's an only exception. Klopp is an exception, but now you're having 2-3 years and it's over. So nah, man, Galatasaray. You know what's mad? Yeah, Galatasaray weren't even that great. Like, they were not great at all. They literally fed off our mistakes. Like, we scored the 2-1. Højlund scored an unbelievable goal, and then we just capitulated. And then Onana lost his head, Casemiro lost his head, and then we capitulated. So I don't know, man. I feel like for me, I want Ten Hag to succeed. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not Ten Hag out. I'm not gonna lie to you, because I feel like for me, every manager who comes in this football club, it's a poison chalice, and no manager succeeds. And if there's evidence out there, then you show me, and I'll buy into it. But right now, I feel like it's the same old problem where players are getting away with it. Yes, he's made Bruno captain, and this is why I'm onto him. You need to basically drop him. Rashford, drop him, but he's not doing that. And I feel like for me, them sort of key things will cost him his job, because then he will let the players dictate to his philosophy when it should be the other way around. It should be that the manager dictates to the players. Simple as that. You have a hierarchy system. And right now, it ain't working. We bought Onana in. I can't lie to you, man. I think he's his twin brother, because apparently he's got a twin brother, apparently. So it might be his twin brother that's actually coming. No, seriously. Apparently he's got a twin brother.
I didn't know that, by the way? Nah, I didn't know.
But he plays for Cameroon, I think, or someone else. He plays for Nigeria, is it? Let me know in the chat, but he's got a twin brother. He plays for Nigeria. Okay. And I'm like, bro, have we bought his twin brother, or is this him? You get me? I don't know which one we picked up. But listen, he's looking a bit meaty right now. Right now, he's looking very, very meaty. And for me, he needs to be dropped. I can't lie to you. I want to see this Turkish brother. What is he about?
I thought he was getting dropped. There was a lot of your top red accounts out there.
They said it was good.
Certain journalists were going to say
it was going to be buying there, but we can't afford to be rotating. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, we can't afford to be rotating. Like, that was nonsense. Go on, carry on, say it.
No, but I'm not gonna lie to you. I think for me, as much as I want to back him, I do believe the trajectory he's going on right now, he will get himself sacked, because I feel like I've seen this before.
Losses in 17, yeah. This guy's lost 6 out of 10. What was it? Let me ask you this. Sorry to interject here. What was the atmosphere like in the stadium?
You know what it was? It was okay until it got
because
bad.
A lot of Galatasaray fans, the clips I've seen, took over the whole of the home end. They were ripping banners down.
Leslie,
get them Turkish brothers down the Emirates real quick, mate. Yeah, North London's got a lot of Turkish fans. Yeah, get them boys in the Emirates, mate. Yeah, they'll sort Arsenal out.
You know what? Leslie was having a go, because basically United opened it up. So basically all the hospitalities were taken. So basically we got taken over by Galatasaray fans everywhere around the stadium. So that didn't help as well. But I feel like for me, what happened there was when the going gets tough and these players have to then show a bit of mentality and show a bit of bravery, they crumble. Whether that stems from the manager or whether that stems from them themselves, I think it's a bit of both. But ultimately, when they cracked, they fully cracked. And that, for me, the Champions League, you can't do that. This is why you don't have to be playing great in the Champions League. You don't have to. Generally, you can go to the final and be playing so poor and win it. You know that, people. Do you actually know that? That you don't have to play well, and that's what Galatasaray did. They managed the game well. They fed our mistakes and they won the game. And we were just shit in the end. And defensive mistakes happened. And ultimately, it's another loss. The amount of stats this season I've seen, they've got more losses than wins. Our goal scoring record is shocking. It's just a mess for me right now. It really, really is.
Can I ask you before we come to flawless? And listen, there's 1,400 people in here. Yeah,
Hey, like the video.
Like both of our football clubs right now. Yeah, smash the likes up. We ain't even got 350 likes. You lot are taking the piss. I can't lie. Yeah, like real talk. I love you all dearly. Yeah, right. But you lot are taking the mick. If you come and watch this show and watch this channel and watch any of our content on any of our channels, yeah, you should be liking as soon as you enter the stream. Right, real talk. Yeah, it's just a bit of, you know, our cheers for the content, lads. Yeah, not that we want gratification and whatever, but it's like, come on, yeah, cool, right? I could be sat on the beach. Shai could be booking a holiday. Flawless could be doing the same. Do you know what I'm saying? Like Northside could be sitting there off to Portugal. Yeah, going to see family and that. Like, come on, people. Yeah, come on. Smash the likes up. But let me ask you this then, yeah? Let me ask you this before we come to Flawless. All of the records is broken. And I see that mic account there. That mic that cracks me up, mate, yeah? Right? That tweet he put out had about 20 million views, man. Right? Where he's put out all of the records this season that manager's broken, right? It is ridiculous, bro, right? So let me ask you this, Saeed, yeah? Why are you still backing this guy? Because under Jose, he lost 6 out of 17 and got potted.
Yep.
Yeah, and he had a bit of credit in the bank because of his name, firstly, and he'd won you 2 trophies, right? This manager, cool, he got you a trophy last season, but you want him to kick on now. His decision-making's a joke. His starting 11s are a joke. His subs are a joke. The way he's handled situations off the pitch has been a joke. What makes you think that you can still back him? Real talk. I'm not having a dig at you. I'm just asking, bro.
No. Listen, it's all about honesty. I'm not gonna lie to you. I think he can turn it around. I think there are results there for him that he can turn it around. But I feel like his stubbornness is getting out of the way. And I feel like that is a big, major factor for me, is that if he drops this stubbornness and he actually goes back to his principles, he can actually win some of the fans over that are maybe Ten Hag out, that are maybe Ten Hag'd out. I feel like that kind of idea that certain players are playing without no merit, they're just playing for just the sake of the names. I feel like that is a big decision for me. Ultimately, I think there's a bigger picture for me as well. I'm not gonna lie to you. I feel like sacking managers has not done anything for this football club. Yes, you go and get another manager right now. Is there a chance he succeeds? No. I feel like a lot of these players have been getting away with it for far too long, Lee, and I'm sick of it. Every single manager has been sacked, and the same players still play at the football club. Yes, it's down to the new manager, Ten Hag, now to realize that and say, hold on a minute. Every manager's been sacked, and every player has decided, you know what? I will turn up when I want to turn up. And then later on, I lose games. In results-based business, I get sacked. Ten Hag now needs to understand, you know what? Enough is enough. You're not playing. You're not getting me sacked. So I'm not going to lie to you. Maybe it is kind of almost false kind of, I'm like, you know what? I want it to work, and it may never work, but I need this to work, man. I can't be here sacking managers, sack, and nothing comes of it. I'll be brutally honest. I know where the bigger picture is, and ultimately, if that doesn't fix, then the whole thing doesn't fix. It's different. It's different to Arsenal. Arsenal have changed their hierarchy. Arsenal have changed the people who are leading decisions, whereas Man United have kept it the same. And ultimately, that's become the biggest toxicity at the football club. So that's just the way I can look at it. I'm looking long term rather than short term. People want a new manager. De Zerbi. You think De Zerbi can come to Man United and play 3-0 and lose 3-0? I think it's okay. And play pretty football. I think, yeah, that's okay. No, you got to win and play well. Guardiola does both, so I can't expect that at my football club. So that's just the way I kind of look at it for me in that regards.
What about you, Flawless, man?
Yeah. Oh, geez. In regards to, there's so much to say. In regards to the actual defeat, I've not felt that bad about a Manchester United loss since the Sevilla game, second leg. Like, because just everything leading up to the game, like in regards to losing to Bayern Munich, it being in the Champions League, it being at home, Galatasaray not being a good side, let's call a spade a spade. us having every opportunity to get something from the game and us giving up soft goals. In regards to the actual game itself, it's just repeat of what's been going on all season. We've been giving up soft goals the entire season, avoidable goals. If we can see that Zaha picks up the ball, sticks it top bins from 40 yards, you hold your hands up and go, you know what? That's just a piece of quality. But we've legit all season long, we get like the first goal, for example, Dalot just attacked the ball. I'm saying that's basic defending, letting the ball bounce. Like, what are we doing? The second goal, Amrabat gets spun. I don't know where Lindelof is. I still need to pick the bones out of the second goal. Easy. Third goal, Amrabat again, kicking the ball long when you're down to 10 men. Just play the ball back to Onana. Like, again, just basic mistakes in terms of our attack. Our attack's been a problem the entire time Ten Hag's been here. So that's nothing new, and we didn't address that properly in the summer. And we're still look at it and go, I don't know where our goals are coming from. We don't score a lot. We don't create a lot. Yes, we missed some chances against Galatasaray, but it is indeed Galatasaray. The manager, everything you said, Lee, in regards to him, his lineups being a joke, his decision-making, him starting the Sancho situation as well, all been. But the reason why I'm not Ten Hag out, and word to Lewis, I'm Ten Hag out, is because if we had started these 10 games exceptionally well, won our first 2 Champions League games, we're flying in the Premier League, I wouldn't be sat here saying we're going to win the Premier League and we're going to win the Champions League. I still need more than 10 games. Plus, I think he can turn it around because I watched him do it last year. That's the craziest part about this. All of the issues we have this year, we had last season. And I watched the manager realize we have problems and realize we have issues with less of his players and less of his signings and turn it around. All he needs to do is revert back to what he did last season. Because people are talking about 3, 4, 5-year projects. This thing is a myth. The only 3, 4, 5-year projects we've ever seen successful in recent times is Manchester City. That's it. Even Liverpool's, all that's wielded in terms of all that's earned and rewarded Liverpool with in major honors is 1 Premier League and 1 Champions League. They've not had no successful 4 or 5 year period. Like Klopp, that's a whole different conversation, but he's not won a major trophy in 3-4 years, however long it's been whenever they win the Champions League. But that's uncomfortable conversations for Liverpool fans because they ain't going to win it either this year. But in regards to us, he just needs to get short-term results. That's what it is. He needs to go and get short-term results. Like, that's it. And yeah, Ten Hag to this point, and maybe people saying Ten Hag has won Dutch trophies. Yes, but last season, there was nobody was complaining about Ten Hag. That's why I don't hear he can't be successful here. Because the general consensus was Manchester United had a good season last season. Won a trophy, finished 3rd, 2nd best home record. Let's go and kick on from here. And we should have done that. Granted, we messed up in the transfer window. We did. But like I said, I believe Ten Hag can turn it around because I have evidence to suggest that. There's a lot of fans, a hell of a lot of Manchester United fans who are talking about Ten Hag out less than 12 months ago when we was near the top of the league in February, March, whenever it was talking about us winning the league. We're talking about this same team, the same players beating Pep and Manchester City to a league title. So now in less than 12 months, all the players are terrible and the manager needs to be sacked. Like, how do you do that much of a 180? In that short amount of time? Yes, of course, the results are bad. Yes, the performances are bad. Players need to be dropped. Like, everyone can see that clear as day. Like, Rashford, for a prime example, is someone who shouldn't be playing. As should Bruno should be dropped. And the manager's not helping himself whatsoever. But in regards to your poor defeats, yes, the Liverpool game, but all right, the treble team got beat 5-0 by Chelsea. Should Fergie have been sacked after that? Like, do your research, people. Yes, and I'm not saying Ten Hag is Fergie. What I'm saying is when you are a manager for long enough, you are going to get bad results. Bear in mind, Fergie had a much better team. It was the 99 side. We lost 4-1 to Liverpool as well. Average Liverpool side. It wasn't even great, that in particular side. Well, not average. It was decent. But we shouldn't be losing 4-1 at home to it. Again, that's under Fergie. Don't take results in isolation. Look at results over a long period of time. And this was not the conversation at the end of last season. Obviously, like I said, we messed up in the window. But the manager, can he turn it around? Yes. I do hear why people are Ten Hag out. I get it with all the records that have been broken and decision-making, like making Bruno captain. But I'm still going to give the manager ample time to turn it around. I'm still giving him ample time. 10 games for me is not enough.
How many more games to turn it around for you? Like, realistically?
Because he is, like Saeed said, he is going to get sacked. I'm looking to around, it's not in particular game, it's more so I'm looking November, December, and see how we are in terms of is his decision making improving? Is the performances improving? Is the results improving? Because if he carries on like this, he's going to get sacked anyway. He's not going to make it to Christmas. If this carries on, Jory,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
all the way through November, all the way,
his position is untenable,
all the way through October, and start of November, he will indeed get sacked. If we are languishing in the bottom half of the table, out of the Champions League, which currently could be the case, then he is going to get sacked. The Champions League one is key. If he does not make it out of that group, we can't. And that again, it's on the hierarchy to do that. And we've seen the hierarchy not sack managers when they're supposed to have done it. Like, that's what it is. But I don't think it's bad, but it's not as bad as certain fans are making out. Because like I said, these are some of the same fans who were talking about us winning the league less than 12 months ago. Short memories. So now if we turn it around and go on a fire run in these next 10 games, then is it, we can win the champs and we can win the Prem. Look at things in isolation. That's all I say. Look at things balanced.
Well, let me ask you a question. Because you guys are the neutrals. Let me ask you this. Do you think Ten Hag can turn it around? And do you think his job is done now? Like, be honest as well. Like,
go on, I've already said my piece. You tell him, Northside. You tell him.
Let's not be real, yeah. Agent Lucas Torreira, innit? Agent Lucas Torreira. That guy, right? I gotta be a little bit shameless, you know. You get me? That's my guy. I always said I liked him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I didn't dislike him. I see him whip his shirt off in the 4-2 right in front of me, bro. Yeah.
There's a lot of agents for Galatasaray. Lucas Torreira, Angelino, I swear he was a left back for
Angelino was played as well, yeah.
Yeah. Sanchez, the Colombian PS4 that always switches on.
Hardy, Ziyech, and all of that.
Zaha, man, pissed me off as well, man. That guy, I can't stand him when he's on the football pitch. He irritates me so much, that Zaha, Like, he's just, honestly, rattles me, man. But again, he's scored as well. Like, it's just, bro, like, you know what it is, yeah? I just feel like for me now, it's like, we go and sack the manager now. We'll get an interim because they won't get a new manager in. Definitely not get a new manager. And then it's like, who do you get after that? Zidane for me isn't coming. Carlo Ancelotti is going to Brazil because apparently he's going over there. Like, who else is coming? Like, genuinely, who else?
I'll tell you what, Saeed. I'll be real, yeah, about your team. We saw when you played the youngsters, your team was better all round. You're more fluid, yeah. But you've got a problem that we've had at Arsenal. Ozil had to play. You know what I mean? Certain players had to play. We've had that problem at Arsenal.
Facts.
I don't understand why Rashford plays. And just because he gets an assist, all of a sudden, but he got an assist. His overall game ain't good enough for 90 minutes.
Thanks, man.
Then you look at Fernandes as well, another one. And this is why I said this before. With Man United, yeah, in the situation you lot were, trying to get back into the game against Galatasaray, yeah, would it not be better coming off the bench, Rashford and Fernandes? Because, yes, they won't give you a 90-minute performance, but you give them 20, 30 minutes, they're going to at least assist or score, either one of them. So when you're trailing in a game or you're trying to kill off a team, they're perfect to come off the bench. But instead, you've got some of these youngsters or players like Eriksen and players like that are over the hill, that don't have the legs, that are not the best in terms of racking up the stats. Coming off the bench, it ain't going to work. Do you know what I'm saying? Rashford and Bruno at best are bench players, bro, and they should be coming on to impact the game when you need to get a result. That would have been better utilized against Galatasaray. Instead, you lot are persistent with playing this guy, and there's no accountability. The accountability, a lot of people, from what I've seen, Man United fans, will get onto Mount, they will get onto Casemiro, but they won't get onto Rashford, and they won't get onto Bruno. Where's the consistency?
His favourites, isn't it?
But again, player stands.
I understand, yeah, that your club can only get to a certain level until the ownership is fixed. But, bro, I'll be honest, bro. I don't rate Pochettino, but he had his arms tied. He weren't getting the plays that he wanted. He didn't have the funds released. Very similar situations in some aspects to Ten Hag. But he was able to make Tottenham competitive, play good football, have an identity, making the right substitutions, going far in competitions. So there's no excuse. Mourinho said it before he left, bro. His biggest achievement, he said, was winning something with you guys. And it was the same problem, the same situation. Do you know what I mean? And he was able to win major. Okay, he didn't win the Champions League. He didn't win the Premier League, but he won the Europa League. He still won.
He's the first and only manager in United history to win a European trophy in his first season at United.
Exactly. So why persist with this guy? I have to be real, flawless. Most of the time, I agree with what you said. I have to disagree, bro. Because at the end of the day, there has to be a standard, and this manager ain't doing the bare minimum, bro. I understand he's got his hands tied, but at the same time, the bare minimum should be an identity, knowing how to knowing what's your best 11, balancing the team. and getting results. You cannot just say, oh, let's give it, personally, I can't say let's give it this X amount of time. Bro, you've had enough time. Because I'll tell you what, if you get a better manager, even if he plays the youngsters, if he gets to tune out the youngsters and you still don't hit your targets, I'm sure your fan base will be smart enough to think, well, it's clearly not the manager because he's doing the best. He's making the right decisions. He's putting the right formation. He's getting the most out of the players that we have. If we ain't got a killer up front, why is the owner not releasing the funds? If we don't have a midfielder that can create consistently enough, why is the ownership not releasing the funds? If we don't have a defender that can read the game and actually pattern us defensively, why is the ownership not? Do you get what I'm saying? Then the finger goes towards the ownership.
I hear, because I do hear the criticism of the manager, but it's because it's been 7 Premier League games. Because like I said, last season, there was very few complaints about Ten Hag. So that's why I'm looking at it and saying it's not.
I think the difference is that was because it was his first season.
Oh, it was his first. It was
7 games into a Premier League season is 1/5 of the season.
Yeah, but it's still
too far away from last season. That's the problem. The problem is he's regressed way too far from the progress.
I agree with that. That's why I hear the criticism. But the reason why I'm not calling it out because it is 7 games. Because like I said, if we had played exceptional in these 7 games, our fan base would be on cloud 10, talking about how we can win the Premier League and win the Champions League. So that's what it is. 7 games for me, that's just me personally, is not enough for me to go, all right, get him out the door. I'm still giving him time to indeed turn it around because I have evidence to suggest it. Same way last season, our first 2 games, awful. He switched it up and changed. I don't know why he don't revert back to that. I understand why people have doubts. I understand why people are criticizing. I also understand why some of the fan base is Ten Hag out. But like I said, I'm giving him more than 7 games because if it was 7 games that went well, as I keep saying, I wouldn't be like, oh, this manager's the best ever. We're going to win it all. I need more than 7 games. But if he keeps going like this, he's definitely 110%.
Who's your top target? Which is with this time thing, I'll be real with you. Arsenal Football Club, we had time where we were waiting for the right manager. We missed out on getting Klopp. We missed out on getting Simeone now. We've missed out on getting managers like Mancini. He went to go...
Pep as well, when Wenger overstayed.
That's 4 world-class managers that we
missed out on Ancelotti twice.
And other teams get it. So in this,
I remember the Ancelotti one as well.
Yeah, the last thing I'm going to say, and I'm going to shut up. When you take time, your target is also a target of a rival or somebody else. So there is no time. The time is now, bro. Do you know what I'm saying?
I would say
all world-class managers that we've missed out while it's youth project, bro. Get rid of
what I would say is there's no manager right now that stands out to me that I'd go, yes, go and get. There's no manager. There's no manager out there that I look, Hansi Flick. No, because name me a manager in the past 10 years that has a bad record at Bayern Munich. No manager does.
Okay, but not every manager is suited to every club as well. We can say that.
No, that's true. No, I actually think Hansi Flick's a good manager, but what we're basing that off and what people are basing Flick off is Bayern Munich. There's no manager in the past however many long. Someone correct me if I'm wrong. There's probably an exception to the rule.
Where's the likes now?
Yes, I'm going to the likes.
I'm here my lunch break. Yeah, what's going on now? What is going? Hit the likes.
Like the video, man. Come on.
Sorry, Flawless.
That's cool, man. No stress. Yeah, in regards to it, and I'm not against Flick. If Ten Hag was sacked, I would not be sat here saying you've gave them ample opportunity. You've gave the hierarchy more than enough ammunition to sack you. But the reason why I'm not
people will be Hansi Flick out next season as well.
Yeah, the thing is with Flick, I'm not against Flick. I'd have to do more research. What I'm saying is I'm just looking from the outside looking in. Yes, he did fantastic at Bayern Munich. I believe he might have won a quad or he won a treble or something crazy like that. He's at Bayern Munich. You know what I'm saying? I would personally like more, what's the word I'm looking for? More him to have been somewhere. Any manager to have been somewhere else. Because you can't really replicate what you're at Manchester United unless you're at Real Madrid and Liverpool, etc., etc. But people don't get mistaken. I'm not against Flick. I'm just saying he's not stand out, go and get Flick. That's what I'm saying. There's no standout candidate to me right now. That's all it is.
Yeah, man. Listen, we are going to have to wrap this up because I do need to be out of my house in 5 minutes max. Unfortunately, otherwise we could carry this on for about another hour. But it's been a sick show. We've all lost our rag at some point. And big up to everybody who's still watching, man. 1,500 insides, mad figures as well for this time of the day.
Like the video.
Yeah, come on. 545 on the likes, 1429 still inside. It will redirect to Saeed's premiere, which is coming out in 20 minutes on his channel. So it'll fly you straight there. But failing that, Saeed, what else you got coming up, man?
I'll be live as well. I think later this evening. I got a Premier League debate show, so look out for that one. But yeah, man, and then I might watch the Brighton Marseille game as well later on. That should be a good Europa League game. So yeah, man. Other than that, big up to you, and make sure you're liking the video, man. It's good content. Yeah, I mean, it should be 1,000 likes when you deep it, but yeah, I mean, let's see what you can do, guys. So yeah, man, big up to you, lot.
Recently, man. Every time I tune into channels, like the likes ratio to viewership is dead.
Yeah, people just saying it's free, man. Bump up the likes, you lot, man. Bump up the likes. What are we doing?
What you got coming up, Flawless, man? Appreciate coming through as well, man.
Yeah, man. Bless up for having me. As always, large up the chat. Obviously, Northside Saeed as well. Midnight UK time, people. Manchester United Arsenal show. So we continue this conversation. Shout out to my guy. Shout out my guy TJ Warren in it. United Arsenal show. Man United. Gonna talk from the Arsenal podcast. So make sure you check that out on the Sarcasm City TV YouTube channel, people.
Link in the title. Same as Saeed's. Northside's is in there as well. What you got coming up, bro? Who you schooling next?
It's gonna have to be that that Black Homer Simpson, bro. That Ed Dowd. He has to get cooked today, so I'll be dropping that. Do you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna have to cook him. But listen, love Northside LDN, love Flawless, Saeed, Lee. It's always
Come on, my bro. Come on, my guy.
As much as you want more, man, people, we can't. I've got to go out. I've literally got to go out. I should have been out about 10 minutes ago, but it's what it is. I was enjoying the show. Big up to everyone inside. I'm done for the day. I was going to do a watch along later tonight, but I just genuinely can't be asked. I'm not even going to blag you. I just can't be bothered.
Yeah.
I was going to do the Brighton one.
Be honest.
I will probably watch the Brighton game, but I'm going to chill. Tomorrow, I'm on with Henry Wright on here. I'm also on with Rants on his channel. And then Saturday, probably a day off. And then Sunday, oh my days, it's going to get peak. It's going to get peak. So yeah, make sure you come and tune in for that. But we're out of here, people. Bless up to all of you lot. Like the show, follow the guys. We're out. Laters.
Love.